Que lo que mi gente, yo soy Ricky de Bilingue Blogs. I just made it to the end of the world. Okay, not the end of the world, but the end of Florida. Like I'm at the tip here. And my goal is to make it all the way over there. Yep, there you go. All the way over there to the end of that thing. And then once I make it there, then we'll discuss the meanings of tu, ti, and te in español. So I haven't made it yet, but I think I'm really stupid and think that I'm still in Illinois. So I wore the wrong clothes and I'm like burning up out here. And like these rocks are burning hot, so I keep burning my feet. So I'm here taking a rest. About to put my feet in this water to cool off a little bit. And then I'm gonna keep going. Well, I guess this is my stop because I can't go any further. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but I don't have the right clothes. I have my camera, I have my phone, so I'm not gonna be able to make it because of this crap here. Whatever. You see that? It's like I can try to jump those rocks, but I have jeans and I don't want to risk falling and then wetting my camera and losing everything. So okay, so since I didn't make it that far, I want to turn around and do the video somewhere else because it's really loud out here anyways. We got speedboats messing up my video. You ever go somewhere like really far and regret doing that? Yeah, that's how I feel right now. There's a guy way back there fishing and I gotta go past him. He's not even like halfway back. Okay guys, I'm alive again. I'm not sweating. So now it's time to begin our official tu versus te versus ti versus tu versus te video. So let's talk about tu with the accent mark first. You are only going to use this to mean you when you is the subject of the sentence, okay? So what does this mean? Just what I said, it's pretty straightforward. If I want to say, how are you? I can say, ¿Cómo tú estás? Or in the case, in like a case where I want to kind of add emphasis or clarify that I'm talking directly to you, then I will add tu for that as well. For example, if I were to take the verb, or if I were to say try it, inténtalo. I could say it like that, and that means try it. But let's say that you told me to try it first, and I don't want to try it. So I'm like, no, you try it. Then I will say, inténtalo tú. That means you try it. So it's kind of like adding emphasis. You could say it's kind of adding a little more attitude to it, you know. You try it, you do it. And it just means you. It's directly meaning you, okay? So that's the tu with the accent. Now, one thing I do want to say about it, native speakers don't always use tu. So you can conjugate a verb in the tu form and then not use tu, and that's completely acceptable. Why is this acceptable? Because you conjugating the verb already lets us know that it's in the you form. For example, as we already saw with the word inténtalo tú, when I said inténtalo, intenta is the tu command form. So I don't have to say inténtalo tú unless I want to add that emphasis. Or for example, I can say ¿Cómo tú estás, right? Meaning how are you? Or I can simply say what we usually hear, ¿Cómo estás? So I don't have to say ¿Cómo tú estás or ¿Cómo estás tú? Because it's already implied in the conjugation of the verb that I'm talking to you. But just know that since you is the subject, you will use tu in that case if you do choose to use it. Like I said, you don't always have to, but if you choose to use it in that sense, then it'll be tu, meaning you, the subject. Now, if we take the accent off of the tu, then we are left with your, not you are, not but your, like a possession, okay? And I'm not saying yours either, because yours is tuyo, tuya, tuyos, tuyas, right? So we want to say your. So what does this mean exactly? Here's how we manipulate it. If I want to say your dog barks, and it's singular, I'm going to say tu perro ladra. If I want to say your dogs are barking, so if it's plural, then I'm going to say tus perros ladran. Okay, so we'll manipulate it that way. Whenever we want to say your, it just depends on if it's singular or plural. We're going to say tu or tus. Simple as that. Doesn't get complicated. It's pretty straightforward as well. Now the next ones you have to pay really close attention to, because these can throw you off if you let them. So te can have two different meanings. The first meaning is pretty simple. It's the direct object. If you want to say you, talking about, you know, who the object is, then it's going to be te. You will use te in that sense. For example, if I'm saying I called you, I would say yo te llamé. Yo te llamé. I wouldn't say yo tú llamé, because remember, tú is only used when you is the subject. But since I'm saying I called you, I am the subject. Tú is who's receiving the action. It is the object of our sentence. So it requires the direct object pronoun te. Yo te llamé. Okay? Now the next case where we will see te will be the indirect object pronoun. And I understand that you guys may not have learned indirect and direct object pronouns yet, but I'll explain it to you this way. The direct object will be who or what, and the indirect object will be to who or to what, or for who or for what. Okay, so let's say that I did something for you or got something for you. If I bought you some flowers, I may say yo te compré flores. Te compré flores. So the te there is also indirect, meaning for you. So I bought flowers for you. Yo te compré flores. Okay? So those are the two meanings of te there. Now the next word, it kind of ties in with both of these here, with both of the tes. And this word is ti. When do we use ti? The way that we know how to use ti is that it will be accompanied by a preposition. For example, para ti, por ti, en ti, sin ti, things like that. Words like that, those are all prepositions. A ti. So let's see some of the uses. Let's say that I washed the dishes for you. Yo lavé los platos para ti. That's one way that I can say that. Based off of what we learned before, you know, since we're doing something for you, based off of what we learned before, I could also say yo te lavé los platos. I can use te there as well. Know that you will not use para ti and te in the same sentence. You can, however, use a ti and te in the same sentence. Let's say that I want to say I asked you. I would say yo te pregunté a ti. So the a ti, it adds emphasis, just like the tú adds emphasis in inténtalo tú. So hopefully that makes sense. One more thing I want to clear up before I'm finished with this video, and it's still with ti. When you have ti, well, when you have por ti or para ti, there's a difference there, so don't get those confused. And if you don't know the difference between por and para, feel free to check out my video up there, okay? Por and para. Now, let me explain it this way. When you say por ti, that means that it is related to somebody being the reason for something, okay? So if I'm crying because of you, I'm crying for you. Like, let's say you broke up with me, my heart's broken, and I'm crying because of you. Estoy llorando por ti. But let's say that, I don't know, I made you dinner. I made dinner for you. So then I would say, yo preparé comida para ti. Yo preparé comida para ti. Or, as we already know, we could say, yo te preparé comida. Right? I prepared you some food. So, you know, para ti is something that's done directly for somebody. Por ti is because that person is the reason of why something was done. One thing that I forgot to mention with tú, with meaning like your, tú without the accent mark, meaning your. So we just have por ti, but know that if there's a reason for something and it's not necessarily you, but it's for your something, so let's say for your safety, for your well-being, then I will say por tu blah blah blah. So if I tell my kids to eat their vegetables, then they ask me why, I'll say, oh, es por tu bien. Or me being a flight attendant and I have people that don't want to follow the safety rules, and I will tell them, oh, pues tenemos que hacer esto por tu seguridad. So I'm giving them the reason of why we're doing that thing. So it has to be por, but we would use tu there, but with the accent mark, it's going to be without the accent mark, okay? So those are pretty much the uses of tu, te, ti, you know, all those words summed up into this video. I still have more to talk about with tu versus vos, and I will share that with you guys in an upcoming video. I do really want to take this moment to really thank all of you guys who, you know, try to be the first ones to comment, and the ones who comment on like every single video and watch every video. Like, I don't know, I'm really passionate about Spanish. I think it's cool that I can speak Spanish, but I think I think it would be even cooler if I can teach people to speak like me and to understand the language like me. So that's why I do what I do. I never really, you know, planned for a big following. I was just like, let's give this a shot and, you know, try to help people out, because that's one thing that I'm passionate about, is helping others out. So I really appreciate you guys' support. You know, you guys know who you are, who constantly comment on my videos and you know, give me suggestions for videos that you want to see. So thank God that I have more time now that March is over. You know, I can post a lot more, as you guys have been seeing. I'm posting more now. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Subscribe, comment, like, and most importantly, share the content, you know, on Bilingue blogs. So it may not be this video, but if any video has been extremely helpful to you and you feel like it can help others, please just, you know, share that on your social medias or with friends, whoever you know that wants to learn Spanish. That's why I make this content, is to help others out. So yeah, that's all I have to say. So thank you guys, and take it